Peace and love, everyone. It's your girl Karina, and in this video I want to introduce you to the power of vowels in numerology and how all letters have a numerological value, a numerological meaning or frequency. And this is actually really connected to understanding your name. This is the motivations for doing it, because I really want to create a resource for you on this channel where you can look up aspects of your name and begin to almost create like your own book about your name. And if you haven't checked out some of the videos that I had about the power of your name, I'll link some of them in this video. Hopefully I'll remember to do that. Okay, so we're going to talk about today in this video the first vowel in your name and what that frequency and energy can show up for you. Okay, so starting with letter A. If you have the letter A in your name as the first vowel, then it hints to your independence and your ability to kind of take things over and to start things on your own. And you have a strong sense of desire. You have a strong sense of knowing who you are and what you want. A is connected to the number 1, whether you look at Pythagorean or Chaldean numerology. Okay, so looking at that first vowel A tells us how it is that you really are showing yourself and how you see the significance in your own self. Now, if you have the letter E vowel as the first letter in your name, then the letter E is connected to the number 5, and so it's a very exciting number. And if you have this, you're constantly on the hunt for stimulation. You're constantly looking forward for that next big high, that next big thrill. You may even have some situations with your nervous system with the letter E and having to kind of deal with anxiety as well. You also may have a high tendency for being temperamental, and you may exhibit sometimes, outbursts of anger. So that's if you have the letter E as the first letter in your name. Okay, if the vowel I is the first vowel in your name, then you are deeply connected to changing, and you have a sense of sensitivity, very deep intuitiveness, and a sense of wisdom and understanding of life. You also are very interested in the arts, drama, and science. Now, the letter I is a very specific letter because it does verge on the number 9. So in Pythagorean numerology, the letter I remains at the number 9, but in Chaldean, the letter I is actually not the number 9, it's the number 1. So in Chaldean, there's another aspect of the letter I that has this independence to it as well. Okay, so what if you have the letter O in your name? Well, if you have the letter O as the first vowel in your name, you are very blunt, and you honor honesty. You also are naturally good at alchemizing energy, and you're naturally a self-healer. You believe in structure, and you have a deep need for organization, law, and order. You have a deep need to have some sort of justice, and so having the vowel O as the first vowel in your name is going to show those aspects of your personality. Okay, if you have the letter U as the first vowel in your name, this actually hints to you being deeply connected to having a broad point of view and having a more optimistic and really looking at exploring life in a broad way. The letter U has a lot of great ideas, has a lot of great philosophy. And if you have the letter U as the first vowel in your name, there's also a natural creativity that comes through you as well. It's actually a compound letter number at this point, and so O is as well. But O and U, because they have compound numerology to them, they layer on. The more that we get into the deeper of the alphabet, the more that the layers become. Okay, the letter Y is actually very unique because it has 2 sounds, right? So it could be seen as E, like lily, or it could be A, like in Naya. So it also depends on the sound that you're making. So if it is E, then it picks up the energies of the letter E, which is overstimulation. And if it's A, like in na, right? Then you may actually look at I or A because those are combination sounds. So you'll see that the letter Y will pick up the intuitiveness, but also have deep leadership and like almost like a masculine energy to it as well when it's in the ah vowel, versus when it's in the E vowel. It's more just enjoying life. It's more about enjoying the stimulation, like the letter E. Okay, so that's a short video on the first vowel in your name and its significance on your personality and energy. Thanks. Bye.